Hello guys, welcome to the Crazy Golfers, and today we are at ITC as usual, day 4 of JAGA summer camp, and I'm taking you to the seminar room where we'll talk about some of the major questions that arise in mind of parents and as player. So we'll cover that, some glimpse of those questions.
This is very important because time management, like we were discussing the other day, you have limited time and you have so much to do. If you are really wanting to become an elite athlete, you have so much to do. You have fitness to do, schedule for yourself, like something like what we are doing in this camp, where you are covering every aspect which is important for golf and doing it in a very balanced way with purpose. When you do it purpose, you can cover up that aspect in a very short period of time. For example, if you have to practice your long shots, some people I have seen practice ball hitting for 3 hours, 4 hours. I don't recommend that because you will never have that much of time. But if we go with very clear-cut mind that what am I practicing, what am I working on, probably you will be able to finish your hitting session in just 45 minutes to 1 hour. 2 buckets, at the most 3 buckets, not more than that. So similarly you have to do stretches and everything. So what a good routine in my opinion looks like: morning it has to start with little bit of meditation, self-talk, mobility. I call it morning mobility. All good pros and all, first thing they do in the morning, they take a shower and they do 15-20 minutes of stretches. This is not your fitness, that is different, but just in the beginning, loosening up your calf, your lower back, your body, so that you are reducing that injury, you are getting warmed up for everything. Then in the day, you have to, like all of your students, you have to find time for minimum 2 to 3 hours of study, focused study. And when you are doing study, try to cover up, as much as possible during that time. Those of you who go to school, obviously that is taken care of. I am talking of those who are now, open schooling kind of thing. If you have a lot of time, then also 2 to 3 hours you must plan study in your schedule. Then range session close to 3 hours, 1 hour each of putting, hitting and chipping. 4 to 5 times in a week, 4 times in a week probably, play 9 holes. Once try to play 18 holes in a week at least. Every alternate day, 1 hour strength and conditioning has to be planned. Okay, and so mixing all this, you make your own schedule. How does it work out? And if you are able to do all this every day and over the week you cover all these aspects, then in the longer run, everything will start improving like that.
Very much down to an individual routine.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That works for him. It's a good idea that gives an idea to our students.
Yeah.
But the thing with routine, what is a good golf routine? The key word is routine here. Right? Now we're talking about golf, obviously, but routine is a key word in life. So it really starts in the home. It really starts in the home.
Yeah.
If
we are not focusing on practice session, the entire day routine.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
I forgot to add one thing. Sorry to interrupt. Forgot to add one thing. Sleep. You have to sleep in your age minimum 8 hours. Ideally 9 to 10 hours. That's what Aruna also mentioned in her presentation. So now you subtract that and remove all your food and rest and other things and put all the pieces together in your daily routine. But you have to work backwards. The option is not that I keep doing all this till 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the night. I sleep only 5 hours. Because your growth, your recovery is as important as well. Yeah, sorry.
No, absolutely. I mean, again, you look at a jigsaw. Who's done a jigsaw puzzle before? You've all done a jigsaw puzzle. How do you start a jigsaw puzzle? By connecting pieces. What pieces? Corner pieces. In effect, this is what you're doing, right? The subject matter, we all know the subject matter. It's golf and it's all golf related. But you're putting together the pieces that suit everybody. You'll all be different. The subject matter is much the same. And this routine of putting these pieces together about sleep, what time do you get up, what time, preparation, schooling, is your bag done the night before, all these wee things. And the more you get into a habit of this structured routine, this has a knock-on effect on your golf routine.
Good balance between course play, range practice and fitness sessions.
You guys can make notes about all of this.
Course play, range practice and fitness sessions, I already mentioned. At your level of golf, I will expect at least 4 9-hole rounds or 3 9-hole rounds and 1 18-hole rounds in a week. Plus, in a week, your total practice should be at least 25 hours, at least 22 hours, 22 to 25 hours. So that gives you around 3 hours of practice. When you practice, then we will discuss what a good practice routine looks like. But this is the minimum all the elite athletes are doing. I am sharing from the experience. These are not random numbers, okay? So don't be surprised. You know, some people are in single-digit practice. How will you match up with those who are doing 25 hours of practice? It's not too much because you break it down, then it is like 3 hours. In 3 hours, you are doing 1 hour putting, 1 hour chipping. So you're only doing 1 hour of hitting, which is not much. But this is what they do most of the time. One day in a week has to be complete break from golf. Whichever day you decide, either Sunday or whatever, that day it's your reset day. That day there should be no golf, no touching the club itself. It should be a reset day. And similarly, after every say 6 weeks, 4 weeks, you should have 3 or 4 days of complete relaxation where you go away from golf, go visit your relatives, go to the hills, do some picnic, go with your family, have some kind of holiday. It is also there. So those of you who are already traveling for tournaments, it's not a bad idea. After the tournament, I see families, they from there only they divert somewhere, spend couple of days somewhere else, and then they come back home. It's a good idea. So immediately after the tournament, you're tired after a week of strong, very hard golf. Take 2-3 days off, take your mind off, let your body completely relax. And then when you come back, start this routine again. So routine, every piece is coming to that, right? You start with a daily routine, then it becomes a week, then it becomes month. Then it becomes very easy in the sense that there will be no time when now exam has come and I cannot golf for now 15 days. I have seen many kids doing that. Now exam is over, I will golf for 15 hours now. This is also they do. I totally, do not recommend that. Because it's not going to 15 hours of golf, you are putting so much of strain on your body, it's not going to make you a better player after a week. You will be more tired, probably land up with some injury. So if you can have this balance where you study also every day for 2-3 hours, you will probably reduce little bit, change little bit, but there will be no time that for 15 days I cannot go and play because my exam is coming. So if you are smart about it, you will be able to maintain quite a balanced kind of routine for yourself. Now, to give you an example, like Saurav will know, IGU had put Vizag, Coimbatore, Clover Greens in a row, and there was a 4th tournament for Karthik in RCGC, which was amateur, in a row, 4 weeks in a row. We took a call. We came back from Visakhapatnam, did not go to Coimbatore, came home, just stuck to the normal routine, but 4 weeks in a row, just playing tournament in that kind of field, it was just a call taken that it will be too much on the body, on the mind, and for what. So we took the rest, and it helped us. So he never will have that kind of fatigue ever that you have to now take a break or some injury or something like that. So we got to be smart about it. Make your routine like that, plan it like that. Already very flexible. Okay. Anybody, as young you are, you're very flexible. As you grow, your strength increases, but your flexibility reduces. So your fitness also changes like that. So if I am Drona's parents, I will focus right now more on his strength and speed, not so much on yoga. Okay, but if I am Saurav's parents, I will at least put once or twice yoga or just stretches kind of thing, in addition to what a gym or because now you will bulk up muscles, you will get very strong, but your flexibility is going to reduce. Most of the kids I see, they can't even touch the toes. So what happens when you are trying to swing very hard and your muscles are so stiff? possibility of getting injury. So in that case, have at least one session of yoga with a trained instructor, and whatever he or she has taught you, practice that every day for 15 minutes, which I told you in the morning. In the morning, first thing you are supposed to do after your shower is 15 minutes at least of morning mobility. During that time, if you have taken care of your quads, your hamstrings, your lower back, your shoulder, your all body is relaxed, and you do it every day, your flexibility is taken care of. But yes, both are important. While growing up, speed is important, strength is important, and then that time yoga can be little bit. But later on, after you cross age of 14 or so, please add one session at least of formal yoga in your weekly routine. Have a something like that. It helps.
So, me, I have a couple of degrees in university, one of which is in kinesiology. So I specialize in body movement and strength and conditioning. Worked with Olympic athletes in Canada. One of them was at the last Winter Olympics in snowboard. So it is, and what you did this week is your base assessment, body assessment, that you need if you're able to do it every about 3 months, depending on the volume of your training. You should assess about every 3 months. Because like in golf, your body will get better. Okay, mobility, by the way, mobility and flexibility isn't the same. You can be flexible and not mobile, and you can be mobile and not flexible. Two different things. So don't confuse the two, right? But get assessed if you can by a specialist. If you can, I don't know if there's a lot of TPI guys in the area here, but try to get assessed by a TPI certified coach. TPI is the Titleist Performance Institute in the US, and I'm certified also TPI. Get assessed by these guys. They're the specialists in what they do, and get assessed every 3 to 4 months, depending on volume. Because you will get better, you will get faster, you will get stronger, and it's just to see, okay, am I getting balance? Oh, this is a bit too much. So again, volume and intensity needs to change, maybe in certain area. But like DK said, mix things. Do something new. You never play tennis, go play tennis. So it's not only about training and being really, and it's also about doing another sport, being good at something else to be better in your sport. You want to be better at golf? Start a new sport. Play something else and start to be good at this. And I'm telling you, your golf is going to peak up for sure. But yeah, so try to get assessed. What you did this week is so important, and try to keep that every 3 to 4 months, depending on volume of training. So if you go 3 times a week, then every 3 months is good to get reassessed.
Good. I'm just going to back it up. I couldn't agree more with playing other sports. This is just my own personal story. I probably was never in a gym. I don't think I've ever been working out in a gym in my life, even from a young age. I'm not saying you don't do it. I'm just telling you my background of playing sport. I came from a very sporty family. I was very lucky to have 2 parents that were sporty. So I played badminton, international level, #1 in Scotland. I played rugby, international. I played golf, international. I swam, I stretched, and I run, and I played sport. Don't think I've ever been in a gym in my life. But I'm not saying don't go to gyms. I'm just giving you my story, which is, I see too many kids saying, I want to become a top golfer, and that's all they do. Just play golf. I would recommend it. I think
Nope.
it's a chance, not everybody, but I think the chances of burning out at a young age is, very possible.
And science backs it up.
And American coaches, US college coaches. I
Yeah.
speak to lots of US college coaches.
They're
I
going to
think-
ask that question.
I think I've got 150, if not 200 US college coaches that I know. One of the first questions they ask me, what other sports do they play? Yeah.
Very good. Thank you so much, coaches. Now, next question is, should we play in fixed four balls or with anyone? Now I will get you involved. What do you think?
I would say it completely depends because for me, I like playing in four balls because and especially experienced players because then I can take a look at them.
No, my question is, should you be very choosy about who you play with, or it's just you should be flexible and play with whoever is possible. Sometimes alone, sometimes in groups, but not be fussy about it.
I would be choosy because I want to play with players my level. That's what I'm trying to say basically.
But like I think I would be choosy about it because I think what others do or what they're playing doesn't matter to me.
Very good. Yeah.
Like on the course, I think only my game matters, and if I get distracted by someone else's game, that's gonna happen in the tournament too.
Exactly. This tournament also, when Karthik was playing first 2 days,
And a plus of players should be adaptable to their playing partners and their habits because you might end up with someone very different than you at all.
Yeah.
In that matter.
so their first it's a very individual sport. So the more number of people you play with, you get to know them. You walk with them for at least 3 hours, 4 hours. You get to know them. You can learn something from them. If not golf, in life you learn. Various things. What he does, what she does. Somebody might be elder to you, younger to you. So it is a good practice. Secondly, that teaches you that you might be playing with anyone. Just focus on your game. Second, that he or she is ready to play with anyone, and otherwise you are just into one group. You only know 3 people, whereas this person who plays with anyone, he will know 30 people, and he will have will make friends every day new. Fourth, you play with just that group, your game starts becoming very, very dependent on how they are playing. So you know their weakness and strength. So if you know that from here he can't make a par, you will be very happy. Sorry, you just making a par and not go for birdie. Kind of those things. So my recommendation is that you should be flexible. It's very important that the person has to be a good person. He should not be a destructive person who distracts you or he's into wrong things, throwing clubs, abusing. If that kind of person is there, yes, you should avoid. But it should not be based on what is his handicap. Oh, you are 20 handicap, I can't play with you because I am national level IGU tour player. You don't do like that kind of thing.
I feel like
Sometimes we get affected, and I'm sure you all will agree to this, is when you get paired in a tournament with a player who's better than you, who's on a higher ranking than you. And we get so affected by them because we are them, but trust me, he does not or she does not care how you are playing. They are there to play their games. If you hit a right, so giving yesterday's example, Aman Raj joined us on the 7th hole and he teed off with Ranvijay on the 7th hole. Ranvijay was constantly hitting beautiful draws till the 6th hole, which is a short shape, and he's been working on a slightly right side miss which he was struggling weak right, and he was hitting it the ball really, really perfect. And then Aman Raj joined us on the 7th hole, back tee box, and he hit first Aman Raj hit the tee. No, first you hit the tee shot. Yeah, first he hit the tee shot and he had a beautiful, I think 300-yard drive on the fairway, and Ranvijay then got his chance, and I just saw his entire rhythm change and he hit his same old block into the right bunker. And I asked him right after that, tell me honestly, did you get affected just because this guy came because you were not hitting your driver like that and your rhythm completely changed? And he agreed to it. Yes, it happened. So it's very easy to kind of fall into traps like that. I would like to give 2 of my own personal examples. When I played my first amateur event, it was here in ITC itself, and I got paired with one of the top Indian amateur players at that time, who's a great friend now. Pratap Atwal. He does not play anymore. He's more into other work. He's Arjun Atwal's nephew, and he is a 6 feet 3 inch guy, 95 kgs, and he was one of the longest hitters on the amateur tour at that time. And for the first 5 holes, he was hitting the ball almost 80 yards ahead of me, just because he was hitting big draws, and I just could not hit it. I could not release the club because I was just so awestruck by him, and also at the same time I was just thinking that he's judging me on my distance. So in fact the distance should have been a gap of 50 yards, but it became 80 yards because I could not hit the center of the club. To realize that after 6 or 7 holes, it does not matter. He does not care how I'm playing. He's there to play his own game. Similarly, when I turned pro and I played my first professional tournament or my second professional tournament in Chandigarh Golf Club, I made cut, and third round somehow I got paired with Mukesh Kumar. Mukesh Kumar at that point of time was in the top 5 in the country, and he had 100 tournaments on the Indian tour. And I got so stressed about it, I could not enjoy my first cut which I had made. But I was so stressed that I'm going to play with this guy who already has so much. And I topped my first 3 drives with a driver. So the 4th time I went onto a driver, I put such a high tee that I just have to hit the ball somehow. So it was just affecting me in a way which it should not have. So no one cares, the other person does not care, they're not judging you. Play your own game. Don't get affected by anyone or the situation.
Everybody's saying, but for me when I was a junior, to try to, I don't want to say avoid those types of maybe little situation in tournaments, I always try to play with better players than me. Even when I was 14, 15, I was playing with the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 years old guys, learning, picking their brains, seeing do shots and trying to. So for me, I found that it was better for me to go in that sense of playing with better players to push me to get to their level. Again, it's personal to each and everyone.
No, but if you see from the other point of view, you are getting to play with other better player, but then the other better player is ready to play with you. So he is doing what we are talking about. He is ready to play with anyone.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everybody tries to play with the better player. Nobody will play with nobody. You know, because if somebody is better than you, you are inferior to him. No, why is he playing with you? So, and second thing is, by this you are opening you know options of playing. When you have to fix up their courses, most of the courses you have to have a 2 ball or a 3 ball. If you are ready to play with anyone, you will have a round. Otherwise, you will just be facing today she is not available, I can't have my round. How will you get those 4 into 9 holes that I just talked about? You will not get. I see kids in DLF and other places, they are not able to play because they don't have playing group. Even in practice round in IGU, this is from my experience I am telling you, most of the kids come even for practice round, they come with their own group. Fixed up in Chandigarh itself. I will play with you on practice round. What happens is, then you are in that one practice round that you get, because they are such close friends of yours, you are talking to him more, you are not focused on your practice round. Whereas there is somebody who is just with new people, they don't talk much, he's focused, preparing better, getting more attention to his game, and it makes a difference. So, how to prepare for tournaments, how many practice rounds, those kinds of things. So here, my 2 cents is, the tournament preparation does not start when you reach the venue of the tournament. It starts much in advance, okay? At least a week in advance. So your training towards the tournament should, your mind, body, everything start. Where are we playing? What is the tournament I'm playing? What are the conditions going to be there? Course conditions, weather conditions, preparation towards that. Caddy, who will be the caddy? Selection of the caddy. Which hotel? Not very far from the venue. What all gear to carry. If it is cold place, Scotland, windy place, preparations will change. If you're going to Scotland and you're going to face 30 kmph minimum winds, you have to practice your low shots. If you're normally playing in India, you will just practice your normal shots. Green conditions are different. If that is going to be very slow green, there is no point practicing too much on a very fast green. try to go to a different green. You will find, and practice there so that you start getting used to the slower green speed. So it starts yardage book, what Prasoon uncle has started. If you can find a yardage book, there are websites. There is one app called Swing U. It gives you, the design of most of the courses. If you have not gone to that course that you are going for the first time, then it's a good idea to just have a look. How does it look? How long is it? How narrow is it? And you start practicing your that whole week focused on that tournament. It will help you. When you will reach that venue, you will feel very comfortable. Nothing will surprise you. You will feel that okay, I am already prepared mentally with it. You have visualized it so many times. It will help you. Yardage book is a very good option. Go to the websites and see. There are videos available. Suppose most of you will be traveling to the US for World Championships and all. That may be your first time, but there are videos available on that. Not a bad idea to just go through those videos just to get an idea whether it is more of water bodies or it is trees, what you need to do. Practice kids who reach the venue 7 days in advance. Some of them 2 weeks also. Now it has become a new concept that airfare is same, cost is going to remain same. It's just the additional cost of room. So let's go 15 days in advance. All the kids are now in the open schooling. We will study from there only. We are not losing out anything. But I will always go for what is the right thing to do and have a balance of all that. If from now you guys are all young and you get used to that, when you have 6 practice rounds, then only you will play better. Are you going to get 6 practice rounds always? You will not. In most of the high courses and all, you will be given allocated. This is your time. 1 practice round, 1 ball, or 2 practice round, 2 balls. You will not have the option of having 6. Neither additional where they play 9 holes or something like that. When we went to play the Asia Pacific Amateur, our these college students, best of the players that we have in the country, we got to play. I could interact with them very closely. All of them used to play only 9 holes. There the option was available. Practice round was planned over 3 days, but none of them played more than 9 holes in a day. They used to play 9 holes, practice on the putting green, then back 9, conserving energy. Well, I asked him, why are you not practicing? He'll give you more sense. He said, 14 out of 18 holes are right in front of me. I don't need to practice. Only 4 holes where I need to strategize. Rest everything is all about, can I hit a straight shot? Am I swinging correctly? And more importantly, most of the practice is about greens. That is what changes when you're from one place to another. The green changes. There you need to spend more time. So rather than trying to have too many practice rounds, you must practice a lot on the practice putting green, especially if the practice putting green and the course greens are similar. So I will recommend that 1 practice round or 1.5 to 2 practice rounds. That's all you do. Conserve your energy and have that confidence that it's mostly about hitting a good shot, not too much also into the trying to remember the whole course by playing, not so much. Second thing is, one more thing I will add, during the practice round, how you use your time. So I don't recommend making too many notes, because you are using that valuable time when you could have done few more putts on the green. If there is nobody holding back, you are trying to note down. Try to remember it in the mind. Have a sharp golfer's mind. That is my personal view. Don't try to write too much. Try to remember it, in your mind, and don't even have to finish your ball in your practice round. You hit the green, you are lying at 10 feet, rather than waiting now. I am at 10 feet. First that person will putt, then he will putt, then I will use my putt. Those 1 or 2 minutes that you had, just go to the back of the green, front of the green, because the pins will come in all these places. Make a few more putts. Practice round, it is allowed. You just do those putts so that it will help you in the tournament. So you have, in that same time which is available to you, every green, if you given a choice, you do 20 putts. I met a very renowned coach, Shane Gillespie. He is now the director of golf. He had brought few students to Black Mountain for practice. When he came back, this is what he said, that today in 18 greens, at least I made them do 300 putts. Every green, 20 putts. That is the practice. Now the green will start feeling very natural to you. You have become totally with that. That will help you in the match. You will not do a 3-putt. You would have got the speed perfectly right. Rather than, just trying to make that. So these are the few things.
If you hit like a bad shot, don't continuously keep on hitting your driver on that hole, because you can correct that driver even on the range. Rather than spend that time on the green, around the green, to just see what kind of chips will work. Can you read the greens? Hit a lot of putts, like he said, that try to read greens in your practice round. Try to make notes on where your landing area would be. Is there a bunker or a hazard that is coming there? Do you need to hit a different club? But if you hit a poor shot, don't go and again hit another ball, because you're wasting time and you're wasting your energy. Conserve your energy to spend more around the short game area. That is the place to do it. And if you've already done your preparation before you're leaving for the tournament, a week before, that's a great idea, because every course will play different. Some will play longer, some will play firm greens. You would have not want to kind of spend so much time on the practice green. I remember when Nena was going to Kalhar to play the tournament, and there's mainly water on the left. What we mainly worked on was to not get that left side miss. But if she was hitting good draws, we just thought that okay, she can aim 10 yards right on the fairway. And I think she hit all fairways in Kalhar. So that was a simple thing, because then she did not have to go and do that thinking over there, because she was already prepared on what's coming away. Similarly, start your preparation before, as per the course you have to play. Yeah.
Quick question to everyone. What's been your best score in a practice round competition? Level par.
4.
4 over.
Yeah.
Level.
I don't know. I was usually keep like 2 under.
2 under. Wow.
7
7 under. Wow.
2 under.
2 under.
3 under.
3 under.
6 under.
I'm not going to ask the young boys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Why not the
8.
other?
8 correct answer.
Don't track your score.
It's
Well
of no
done.
use.
Well done. I see it every time kids are playing for a score in the practice round.
I have seen kids doing internal match during the practice round. They make a team and they are trying to play a match. That's the worst thing you can do.
Right? It's not about a score in the practice round.
Yeah.
It's what the guys have said. It's putting, primarily. You've got your yardages, you've got your bush note, you've got your yardage book. Yes, you play the shots. If you don't hit the shot that you want to play, don't ping out another ball, then another ball, then another ball, and try and hit the perfect shot. Why? You're wasting energy. You play one ball, you play the shot, you see the shot, you write a little note, then you start working hard on the putting green and around the putting green, the slopes, etc.
I have instances when the person comes to me, the player, and says, "My ball just flew the green. I didn't know there was a bunker behind." What kind of practice round you did? You don't know there is a bunker behind the green. That is what is right. Where is the OB? These are the things focus on. Just remember.
And
all
I think
that.
make notes, carry yardage books or diaries to write, just don't remember it. I think sometimes if you see on TV, if you've seen yardage books of a professional golfer, you'll be surprised to see that because they're opening on every shot, they're not always calculating yardage. There are extra notes they've made. They've also written some positive thoughts for themselves, or swing thoughts, or feels. When they want to play a fade, they've written something. I've seen yardage books of European Tour players. I've caddied for a European Tour player in an Indian Open at DLF, and I've seen what kind of things they write in their yardage books. So use that, whereas I don't see any junior writing anything in a practice round. When I tell them, they say, "We remember there is water on the right side." Well, how far is the water? A lot of people today, in my experience from going today on the course, you all have played this course so many times in tournaments practice, and you've been playing for the last 4 days. You all don't know where to miss the ball on which hole. How have you not planned? You've dropped more shots because of bad decisions, not because of bad shots. All of you that I saw today.
And don't get confused that I said don't write notes. What I mean was, you cannot spend all your time just writing it.
Yeah.
What he's saying is, very small.
Like info.
what is very crucial
Like
there.
if the green is very fast from the right side on the second hole, everyone knows this. But I saw everyone aiming right on that right hole and everyone missed right in my group on that. It's a most difficult chip putt on that pin on that hole.
Always give example of Tiger Woods. So let's do another one. So a lot of the times Tiger first practice round, he has a putter and 2 or 3 other clubs to chip, and that's it. He walks the course. Chips and putts, chips and putts. That's it, and that's all. Day 2, front 9. Day 3, back 9. Thank you. Done. So a lot again of time around the green. This is where you will. This is the money shot. This is where you will win or lose. So yeah, quality over quantity a lot of the times. So,
Suppose that I have seen, suppose there is, after a good drive, you will be left with, suppose the player is left with 100 yards. But he will go and he'll try to practice pitching around the green, do the chip. You might miss it just next to the green. And then you will know exactly how much is it releasing, not releasing, how slow or fast it is. If you are smartly like this will change your score. These are the things which matter. You're getting what I'm trying to say?
Is not related to a practice round, but generally in a tournament, pace of play. Indians all around the world are the slowest players professionally, amateur, everywhere, and we are known for that because it's not so strong. Our referees are not so strong. If you play on the European tour or Asian tour, they will go after you like anything. And that is important because now pace of play has become such an important thing. Even on the PGTI now, there are massive fines for slow play. Massive. This almost goes at about 10,000, 15,000 rupees for after the first warning. So maintain your pace of play, do all your things when the other person is hitting, do all your preparation. You'll also get more time for yourself. And that's what Aman was also saying yesterday on the course.
What is a good warm-up before rounds? So here, what I have read is, some people come just 30 minutes before, some try 3 hours before, and hitting 200 balls in the range. I have seen kids, So again, here also it's about balance. If most of us believe that it should not be very long warm-up. It's a warm-up, it's not practice. So if you tee off, you should reach the venue around 1.5 hours before your tee off time, and you should have 25 minutes for each of the 3 things: short game, bunker 1, 25 minutes, putting at least 25 minutes, and hitting 25 minutes. Ideally, if you have a choice, you should do putting first, then short game, then hitting, and then before going on your first tee, roll a few again putts, because in that 1.5 hours, sun comes up and the speed of the green slightly changes. Just roll a few. If you should follow this sequence. While I have seen most of the juniors, they first go to the driving range, and there itself they get consumed.
Yeah.
Some puzzle pieces they start fixing. A ball is going right, ball is going left. Now 10 minutes left, no putting, no chipping, they directly go on to the tee off.
Yeah.
Don't fall into that trap. It's not a practice, it is warm up. Whatever you have to go and do your best in the round. So just warm up. There you don't try to be too greedy that all my balls. Some of them use it for practice round because the moment they see those numbers that I'm getting a good path, good connection, good smash factor, it gives them self-confidence. I'm ready for the day. So it's a good performance boost, it's good confidence booster. You can use that, but never ever self-doubt yourself in the driving range just before start of the round. You have lost the match there itself. From personal experience, I will tell you, there are times when I have seen Karthik hitting so bad, feeling like withdrawing him from the tournament. I'm telling you, and he has won that tournament. Because you can manage with that. When you go on the course, you are more focused. You will miss some shots here and there, short game, putting. You keep scrambling, keep fighting, you will do well. But if you start doubting there, you have lost the plot there itself.
I just wanted to add that before getting into that part of your warm up, remember that hitting balls for me is not a warm up. You need to warm up the body to then hit balls. It's like in any sports. You're not gonna go into the football field or cricket without any warm up. You're not gonna start running sprints without warm up. Same thing with golf. Golf is speed. You swing fast. It's tough on every part of your body. Get that body ready. 10 minutes max. Good routine, all muscles, mobility, articulations, you need to warm up properly, and then go hit your balls. Because hitting balls is not a warm up. Alright?
And you something?
Yeah. How many of you, put your hands up, how many of you have hit the ball terribly on the range before you go play? DK, you never hit it badly?
I excuse myself this question.
Right, so I'm very fortunate to meet a guy, Mark James, who you probably don't know. Mark James is one of the best ball strikers of all time from the U. 7 times Ryder Cup player. And I said to Mark, Mark, you know, what happens when you don't hit it that great in the range? He gave a simple answer. He says, I'll make it work out in the course. In a nutshell, every single player has hit it rubbish on the range. Tiger Woods, every single player. Who are the ones that are going to make it work out in the course? It's like I said to a few today, a lot of times you'll have your A game, a lot of times you'll never have your A game. You'll have your B game and maybe a C game. The players who can get their B and C game round in level par-ish, they're the players that are going to make it. Because you'll all have your A game one day and shoot 4 or 5 under. But more percentages you'll have your B and your C games. Who are the ones that can get the ball around in level par? That's the key.
Yeah. One of the good quotes from Jack Nicklaus, he said, normally, I don't know, you're someone who draws the ball and you're in the range and you're hitting fades. You cannot hit a draw to save your life. Get on tee number 1, still trying to hit that draw. No. He said, don't fight what's natural today. Today you're hitting left to right. Let's manage that.
Very important.
Exactly what Coach Allen just said. I cannot hit my draw today. Everything goes straight or left to right. All right, let's just change a bit my course management, just change my lines of where I want to aim. So, because every day it's not a game, it's not perfect. So you need to be able to adjust for that, all right?
On the previous day, he used to show this is the line. The other day, I saw him discussing the line and he's changed the line. So much left. So after the round, I asked him, why are you telling wrong line for hitting on the every tee off? He said, today I saw in the range every time he was hitting right. So I shifted everything left. So when the player was asking that what was the line I should have, he didn't say that you're missing right, you try to aim, nothing like that. He said, that's a perfect line. He just offsetted that way. And that's why he's one of the best caddy. Because he knows that every day the player is having a different kind of feel or this, but you can manage with that.
Yeah.
Should we practice in the evenings during tournaments? The answer is yes. I recommend it because it's about consistency. It's like we are always told, do what you will do actually on the course. That should be your normal routine other days. If you align your ball, for example, in the round, you should not in the tournament. You should not do it in your normal rounds also, right? I have seen kids. They will just not do anything, and during the tournament now they will start doing new things. Please do not do anything new. Routine. So it will help you 2 things. Firstly, if you are used to every day going in the evening, suppose you go for a 18-hole round in the daytime. Do you still go in the evening and do some practice? Yes. So in the tournament, nothing changes. If you can keep the tournament also that it is just another round, I have to give my best, then you just go and practice. It will not be as extensive practice because you have to save energy. But what about some putting? What about some chipping? Staying loose, hitting that? You can do that as long as it is not, drawing too much into your energy. Second thing, why this? Your mind will always keep it a very, that you will never feel that now it is tournament day and now I have to perform. Just it make you feel always natural because that is what you are used to. You go play around, come in the evening, take some rest, then come in the evening, do some practice, next day again go playing around. So keep it as consistent, routine as your body is used to that will help you.
During the round, but maybe after the round you can do it for the next round. So make it as similar even at home when you're playing in your off season to get ready. Otherwise, preparation is lacking. Here we are putting so much effort during a tournament, but our brain and body is not used to any of it, and then it backfires completely.
And fight differently. It has to be same. You have to train, you have to practice how you are going to do in the tournament. They are not two different things. That this is normal day, I practice like this, but now it is tournament, I start doing something new. It will not work. You have to do that same thing, then it will start working.
Because I guarantee you will play, Lindsay. You play the way you practice. Always remember that.
Should we do fitness or gymming during tournaments? Naina, no. She will.
Not during like tournament round.
We should do fitness before the tournament.
During
During
tournaments.
the tournament.
I'm saying you are in the middle of a tournament, IG will start playing now, and 5 days you are there. So after in the evening, should you go for fitness, go to the gym or not? This is a question which will face you. Yes,
After
yeah.
the tournament round, maybe the necessary exercises like the warm up and the cool down
Warm up
sessions.
and cool down is there,
But not like proper workouts.
Yes, bigger boys. So let me hear from you.
Not really. I mean, few band stretches, yes, obviously, but not workout. You're just tiring yourself more after that.
Slightly, you are right, because you can't do the same kind of extraneous 1 hour strength and conditioning. But remember what I told you. Fitness is not only lifting weights, trying to gain muscles. Now you see, when you actually start playing very good golf and that level, I have seen it now, you'll have tournaments for 4 weeks, 5 weeks at a stretch. What happens if you don't exercise for 5 weeks? What are you doing? Another tournament so important. Is that your destination? Finally, your destination is 7-8 years away. You have to, and you are losing. So in a month, in your normal routine, you will be only 1 week, and 3 weeks you are out. But if you don't do any exercise or fitness during that time, then how much exercise are you doing? I said in a week, alternate days you should do fitness. That's what I started with. How are you doing? In a month, it becomes only 3 days in a month. I have the fitness trainer talking. He says, the kid has signed for 12 classes. It has lasted him 1 year to finish those 12 classes. Every month, on an average, only 1 class. So that is what will happen, because you will not be there. You are playing tournament most of the time. So you have to. Again, it comes down to the routine. You have to. It will not be lifting of weights, trying to build muscles. If you are normally lifting 50 kg, you will just lift 25 kg, 20 kg, some kind of strengthening, lot of TheraBand exercises, so that the muscles remain intact. Otherwise, what Aruna was saying, after every tournament, you will come back 1 kg lighter, and that 1 kg was your muscle, which is gone.
And you gain fat instead.
Okay, 1 kg muscle gone. But if you do these exercises, then the muscles remain intact. So yes, all good pros, and I see now the best of our juniors. In the evening, when we go, I find them in the gym. They are doing it. Then covering too much, I think just take this message for now. We will find some other time. But at least what we talked today, did it make sense? You must have faced all this, and you have heard all of us. You now decide for yourself what works for you and try to implement in your golfing routine. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.